Hello, everyone. Welcome to round one. We won the die roll. We're going to play first. Super lucky of us. And we're going to keep this hand. This hand looks great. Stensa Innkeeper. Ooh. This card's real. You can play like Essence Flux on it. Tap an opponent's land. Just turns into Rishadenport. A 3-3 Rishadenport. That's pretty great. All right. Opponent's here. Lead things off with Island. Say go. I mean, we have an okay deck. We have a couple of big bombs in it. And, we can just play some spells and some good creatures. I don't know. I think it's a fine deck. I think it's going to take a little while in this format to decide whether or not if it's a good deck. But on the surface, it looks okay. All right. Opponent with... Ooh. All right. Sounds good to me. Passing it back. We'll play Brazen Wolves. Play Brazen Wolves. All right. Drawing just lands so far. If we drew some spells, that'd be pretty good. This looks a little sneaky. All right. I don't think I'm quite in the market for trading my Brazen Wolves for a pump spell. Okay. Okay. We could attack here, and we can either Borrowed Hostility or Jace's Scrutiny. I'd probably Jace's Scrutiny. And yeah, so Jace's Scrutiny. So this way we can also continue to hold up this Borrowed Hostility, and we can also crack this Clue at the end of turn. Possibly draw some more spells. Yeah, opponent seems a little stifled on colors, but it doesn't seem like it's making too much of a problem for them. Courageous Outrider. I wonder how many humans you need to play in your deck to play with. Oh gosh, what is the elf called? That it's a 4-mana elf. It's a 2/2 with trample. It does pretty much the same thing. Oh no, nothing. You found nothing? All right, fine by me. The Docent of Perfection. Ooh, the lolly. Let's see. I think I'm just going to attack here, play Stensa Innkeeper. And maybe if they trade, it's fine. I kind of want to play this Borrowed Hostility when we can have Docent out. They're just snapping off this block. And play the Innkeeper. Hold up the Borrowed Hostility just in case. But keep one of your lands locked down. Hopefully this is a blow to them. Well, still just on white. So if they play something, like if they attack, because they attacked into our Brazen Wolves before, so we can assume that they have a combat trick. Okay. That's fine. They're going to equip here. We can just block and then Borrowed Hostilities. This takes 2 to equip. Cool. Oh. Not equipping. All right. Show me the money. Is it a Puncturing Light? I assume that it's Puncturing Light. Strength of Arms. Interesting. So let's see. We could play... You know what? I think I'm okay with this just happening. Sensei Innkeeper just trading for a Strength of Arms. That's okay. Because now we can play Docent of Perfection with a mana up. All right. You're up, Chief. What would I like to draw here? I don't know. There's some good cards in our deck. So whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, put a 1/1 blue wizard token onto the battlefield. And then they flips that whenever we play an instant or sorcery, we put essentially a 3/2 onto the battlefield. Okay. Opponent on mono white. I wonder if they just are mono white. That'd be completely sicko. Their deck so far looks good if it is just all mono white. So if they attack here with these two, I think I mean, transforming this into a 6/5 is not bad, but what is this? 3/4? Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Another land? No, Incendiary Flow. It's a good card. All right. Flow you. And now we can, like, Borrowed Hostility our human wizard. Oh my gosh, look at this token! That's sweet! All right. Get out of here. Handweir Militia Captain. Yeah, I'll just pass here. We can Borrowed Hostilities, get another guy. This is also a horror for Thing in the Ice. Amusements. It's interesting to think about. Sure. They're going to just try and trade? I'll tell you what, friend. That's not going to happen. I have the tricks. All right, playing a land. Maybe they are mono white. I mean, by the way, what I just did there on Magic Online, if you hit F6 or F8, if you hit F6, that's just an automatic pass through your turn. Like, it will stop you in blockers, but otherwise it'll just go straight through your turn. You don't have any chance to play spells, which is good. Like if you're tapped out and like you just want to save time. Sometimes you hit it, and it may be by accident. It may be you don't think that you're going to be playing anything, and you do. What you can do is you can either hit F3, which is a hotkey, or you can right click and then just turn off auto yield. So you may see me do this every once in a while, maybe even just as a nervous habit. All right, so we're going to cast this with Escalate here and here. Get another guy. We are one instant and sorcery away from getting there, or even just one wizard away from getting there. All right, block you down. See what you got. Did you just think I had nothing? Of course I have something. Getcha. Get out of here. All right, Dauntless Cathar, getting a spirit. And putting that here. Equipping here. Or here. Wow, here? Okay. I mean, this is a human. Okay. Chilling Grasp. Yeah. Gross. Oh, and these humans become 3/2s already? Super gross. Here we go, coming in. The final iteration. Harumph. Wow, and this is all wizards. It's not even just the tokens. This is 12 damage. My word. My word, Docent of Perfection. Aren't you just an amazing flying creature in the Magic the Gathering community? Holy cannoli. This guy's great. All right, well, I kind of want all of our games to be like that. So, all right, let's get these out of here. Let's hide those, hide this. Black cards, we can hide those. So, what are we looking at here? We're looking at a mono white deck, I guess. Yeah, mono white sounds great. I think I'm gonna put in this Drownyard Explorers over the Forgotten Creation because they were playing things like Dauntless Cathar, and this doesn't stack up well against Dauntless Cathar, while this does. Otherwise, so like Reduced to Ashes, that creature was a 5/5. We could just kill that there. It's pretty good too. Anyways, yeah, I think this is our deck. We're great. Magic's great. Doses of Perfection. That's a great Magic card. All right. Opponent chose to play first. Our hand is sweet. We're going to keep it. Opponent is also mulliganing to 6. I don't recommend that. But, hey, I can't tell my opponent what to do. Like, opponent, you should play with the second color. Nah. Okay. They're doing their thing. 2 mana, True Face Sensor. Cool. Brazen Wolves. Cool. I'd like to draw another land at some point, but at the same time, like, we got pretty flooded last game, and it wasn't particularly close with the Docent. I hope our opponent has a 3-drop. Okay, good. Good. Let's make a game out of this. I want to play this Mercurial Geist. This guy seems sweet. What is this? Enters the battlefield. You may sacrifice another permanent. If you do, put a 3/2. What? Your land just became a 3/2? Oh, this is an 0/3? If you have Delirium, do what? Sacrifice a non. Wow. Okay. There's a lot of things going on with that card. This can block this, which is kind of a bummer. So I'm going to try just Brazen Wolves. Say go. I really hope that we hit a land next turn, because then we can play the Stensia Innkeeper and lock down one of the lands, just punish them for sacrificing a land. They didn't even sacrifice the True Faith Sensor, which I would have absolutely done. Do we trade our Brazen Wolves for this Eldrazi Horror? No, I think that we have other cards like Jace's Scrutiny can deal with it. You know, we can deal with it. Maybe we should have dealt with it there. I mean, if they had like a Strength of Arms, that would have been kind of a bummer. I think just either way, I just want to draw a land next turn. Dauntless Cathar, sure. It's not a land, but it's probably one of the best cards that we could have drawn. Let's see. They equip up the Extractor of Sin and just rage them all in there. seem okay. We block the Eldrazi Horror, give our Brazen Wolves first strike, take 5. If things get really hairy, we can always Jace's Scrutiny. Not equipping there. Okay. So just do that. So we could just trade. Could be an option. What if we just Jace's Scrutiny? Just force him to use a trick to just save it. I think we actually do that. And then that also just gives us a clue that we could always just crack later. And if this works and just kills it, oh, perfect. Yeah, that's great. Just means that they don't have a trick, which is great. I think they are just mono white. That's wild. This guy is wild. This guy is incredible. Extractor of Flesh. Ew. Dies, put a 3/2 to 1/2. But if you have Delirium, it gets bigger. It becomes an actual issue. Okay. Seems cool. Mountain. So we can play the Stancia Innkeeper now. Do we want to do that? We can also just play Mercurial Geist, and then we can block this. And it doesn't even kill it. You would have to equip up the True Face Sensor. God, all these things die into other things. This is terrible. Or we could play the Innkeeper, keep him off 5 lands. We'd have a 3/3 in play. Mercurial Geist would just be like 7 damage in the air right away. You could also just play Reduced to Ash, so it doesn't trigger one of these things. I think I'm going to play the Innkeeper and be happy trading any amount of anything here. Do I attack? No, probably not. The True Fate Sensor makes things a little awkward, but that's okay. Whatever they put the True Fate Sensor on, we'll just draw a land and then just, Reduce to Ash it. The Reduce to Ash is also pretty cool here because, sure. So do we think that they have a Strength in Arms? That would be pretty icky if they did, but they could only save one of their guys. All right. Nope. Just nothing. Cool. Ew. Let's play this guy. Now we can block the Spirit, even if they equip it up with the True Faith Sensor. I wonder if they know that Extractor of Sin isn't a defender, that it can attack. Just put some pants on it. All this guy needs is some pants. Oh my gosh. So they're bringing this guy. He's going to get beheaded. And then in this one, he turns into like a Eldrazi tentacle thing. All right. Equipping up there. Swinging in for 4. Yeah, that's fine. Fine by me. Thalia. Whoa. Okay. Guess we are just mono white. All right. There's our good friend, the Docent of Perfection. Creatures and non-basic lands opponents control. Oh, that thing needs to die. I guess I play Uninvited Geist. So the other option here is we crack our clue to try and draw land to maybe reduce to Ash next turn. But I think I just play Uninvited Geist, and then I can Borrowed Hostility and take down one of these two. If we get to a point where we can play Borrowed Hostility and reduce to Ash, that'd give this +6/+0. +9. This is 10. So we can 10 ball him. But yeah, this is going to be close. We'll see. We have a lot of cards in our hand. Opponent doesn't have many cards in their hand. You know, if we can like reduce to Ash this and block this and give this first strike to take this down, I think that we have a chance. Depending on what they play here. Playing something first main. This can't be good for us. Can't be good at all. Okay, so they're equipping their True Faith sensor. Getting them all in there. Okay. I think that we have to take out the Thalia. Because we can't, so let's see, we could take out this guy. We could take out either one of these. We can take out Thalia and give our guy first strike. Otherwise, everything else is coming into play tapped. We would just reduce to Ash to Thalia anyways. If we drew a land, we'd be taking 5. If we don't draw a land, what are we playing? I think we just have to bank on drawing a land. So do we want to take out the Eldrazi Horror or this Extractor of Sin? They have a pump spell for the Thalia. It's just such bad news. So I think I'm going to block here and give it first strike. And then just draw a land and reduce to Ash. It's that easy. Creature gains first strike. All right. Lightning Bolt your guy. All right. And then moving the, no, Field Creeper. Okay. So how about land one time, please? I think if we get a land, we can turn this game around. Oof. Well, that works. So I'm going to start by cracking this clue. Yes. And we'll press the Thalia for answers. All right. And I'll just pass here. So they can't attack in with the Spirit, otherwise we just gobble it up. I don't mind trading the Uninvited Geist for the Field Creeper. And so if they do that, we're treating... So they can't swing in with Spirit because it just gets eaten. They're sending these two in. We can just block here and then block here. Oh, interesting. So do I block here, and just let the 2 get through? Sure. I don't know of any +3/+0 effects in white yet, but let's get blown out by one right here. And that way we'll learn that the next time What do you do? Strength of arms. Okay. So, and all of our creatures come into play tapped? Yeah. Yeah, they got us. They got us here. All right. So, what do we got? So I'm looking at these green cards. They're okay. They're okay green cards. I think that we just submit. Yeah, I think we just submit. I think our deck is fine. All right, we're going to play first. There's no lands in this hand. Yeah, this is a fine hand. You know, turn 2 Thermal Alchemist, turn 3 Brazen Wolves. Get in there for some extra damage with the Brazen Wolves and the Press for Answers. Oh yeah, it's all here. Well, again, I think any land to the bottom. All right, we will keep this. And any land on the bottom. All right. Start off with mountains, say go. Opponent, obviously with the plains, says go. Thermo Alchemist. So we put a land on the bottom, drew a land anyways. How unlucky. Is this one of their insane rares? No. No, it is not. Brazen Wolves. Drew another land, by the way. And opponent tapping out first main, so probably not attacking, I would assume. But who knows? Our opponent could do some wild things. No, not attacking. Another mountain, okay. All right. Let's press this for answers. Deal damage. All right, so getting in there for 4, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damages. We've dealt 2 damage so far with the Thermal Alchemist. Not bad. Not bad. Start a count. All right. Opponent came out of the tank, started tapping some lands, untapped them, back in the tank. All right. Tapping lands again. Courageous Outrider. Sure. Finding. Nothing. Deal damage to our opponent. Draw a card with this clue. Oh, goodness. That was a good draw. Let's see. I want to trade for this Courageous Outrider. I think I'd rather just play this. And then next turn. Yeah, do I want to play this? I mean, I could also Savage Alliance next turn and then just wipe their board, like kill the Field Creeper, you know, do 3 damage to maybe Dauntless Cathar. Who knows? We can do it all. Let's see, it'd be 3, 4, 5 to do it. Yeah. Yep, that's going to be kind of wild. And we'll have another mana left over to pump the Vilden Pack Outcast? Vilden Pack Outcast. Or the Drone Pack Kindred. Gotta learn these new cards. Learn the new cards, say the cards, correct name. Thermo Alchemist. Savage Alliance. Field Creeper. Have you ever looked at this picture? What is this guy in the background, and why is he so sad? Because he's getting pressed for answers. But he's just so sad. He looks like a Big Hero 6. Like a, oh god, yeah. Whatever that robot is from Big Hero 6. It looks like him. Alright, opponent tapping 4 lands. Thinking about that 4 mana that they have. Oh boy. What could you play with 4 mana? Creature, let's see, enters the battlefield. Exile target creature an opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield. Whoa. Okay. Maybe we have to deal 3 damage to that. Sure. Now do they just attack in with everything? I'm sure they attack in with some things. Probably this. Maybe this. Leaving this back. I see. So we can blow them out pretty hard with a Savage Alliance on this to get this back. Maybe we hold that for later. Getting them all in there. Okay. This is 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. Next turn we can Savage Alliance. We may want to just Savage Alliance now on our turn. I think it depends on what we draw. We're not blocking anything. Jace's Scrutiny. So we could Savage Alliance now and play around any trick that they may have. Kind of like that. And then we can also hold up Jace's Scrutiny. So we want to escalate 2 modes. First things first. Deal damage. 2 modes. Target creature. Target opponent. Alright. Boosh. 5th Unbroken is kind of cool. Kind of like it. I'd maybe put that on something with Hexproof. And then we can get in there. Put you to 7. We're going to essentially put them to 5 with the Jace's Scrutiny. I think depending on what they play here, let's say that they attack with both creatures, we can block the Dauntless Cathar. And if they have a trick to get them up to trade with it, like a Strength of Arms, we can then play Jace's Scrutiny on it and still eat the creature. That would give them a 1/1 back, which may be fine. It may not be fine. I don't know. Maybe we want to just block the Courageous Outrider, and if they play a trick, that's fine. We'll still just Jace's Scrutiny it, so the Vildan Pack Outcast will live. I mean, they're at 7, so they can't be too cavalier with what they're going to do. And they only have 4 lands. So, like, paying 2 for a Dauntless Cathar token may be pretty big. Who knows? They also have 3.5 minutes. They need to, make some decisions quickly. I'm sure that will finish the game before their time runs out. But it is something to think about, It is something to also think about, just, musings as we're sitting here and watching our opponent's time tick down. there's a human being on the other side of this game that you're playing against. And, while you may be playing another game or making a sandwich at the same time, that human who sat across from you, however many miles away they are, maybe they're across the world, maybe they're in the same city, but they're playing online too. They've, carved out time from their schedule to play against you and, to do something like this. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's, there's probably a reason. Maybe they have, children they have to take care of, or, they have other responsibilities, and this is, the only time that they can get a game in. But most of the time, I'm pretty sure that they're just playing a second game, or, just not paying attention, or maybe just moving slowly. But I guess this is just a PSA, just to, if you're gonna go on to Magic Online and play some games, like, just understand that there's another person on the other side, and you're taking up their time too. If your opponent has 12 minutes on their clock and you have going on 2 minutes, so something to think about. Desperate Sentry. Attacking with neither. Okay. Do this in their end step. Untap. So now we can flip the Vildenpack Outcast. I think I'm just going to pass here. We're beating our opponent on the board. We're beating our opponent on time. We're doing a lot of good things right here. I can't think of any like Swords to Plowshares in this format, so I guess Strength of Arms, Swords to Plowshares. Sure. All right. Opponent at 1:45. You have to figure out how they're going to win this game in 1:40 now. 2 mana. I mean, they're not moving like they have a minute and a half. But at the same time, they're not just sitting there doing nothing. I mean, the last turn they were just sitting there doing nothing. But getting close on just a minute left. Target creature gets +1/+1. Sure. You got it. So we can still just block here. You can also block with the Thermo Alchemist. Yeah, we'll block here. They'd need a lot to get through here. This is a Strength of Arms. No. Yes. Strength of Arms. We'll Thermo Alchemist. Jace's Scrutiny. Untap the Thermo Alchemist. Time is not constant. Well, your time... Oh, what just happened? Wait a second. Why didn't this get... Did I target my creature? Oh, goodness. That's awkward. Okay. Yeah, that's a little awkward. All right. Now that's a couple of creatures. Play a Weaver of Lightning. And a Reckless Scholar. Why does this have a 4 on it? What's going on? Oh, this has Delirium. Oh, you got Delirium by playing Strength of Arms? So, okay, this went up to a 4. This was a 4/2. It then became a 6/4. And it had the +1. I see. That's pretty slick. That is pretty slick. Sure. All right. Deal damage to our opponent. Let's see. I guess we'll just pass. You got it. All right. So they're letting us go. Oh, because they're all humans. I see. So we can go block here, block here, block here. That's 7. Target me. Could target our opponent. That'd be a little gross. Curial Geist. Sure. So let's see. Well, I mean, we can double block and see if it takes time for them to order blockers. Yeah. So I'm a little miffed at this. This was not all right. So, all right, we'll see you all for round 2. Sorry that took so long. And yeah, hopefully we can pull out a victory here.